The tension was thick from the moment Shania Twain sat across from Kelly Clarkson on set. The episode had been marketed as a celebration of Shania's legendary career, but almost immediately the tone slipped off course. Kelly, known for her warm and vulnerable style, tried to steer the conversation toward Shania's personal struggles as a way to connect. But Shania's smile tightened, her voice calm yet firm. "Kelly, I'm here to talk about my music, not to relive painful chapters of my past." The audience gave a nervous chuckle, unsure if this was banter or the beginning of a standoff. Kelly attempted to recover with humor, but Shania cut her off again. "You make everything about feelings," she snapped when Kelly tied heartbreak to one of her songs. "Sometimes music is just music. It doesn't always have to come from trauma." The words landed like a slap. Gasps rippled through the studio as Kelly's smile faltered. Instead of moving on, she pushed back. "But fans connect with you because you've been open. Why not acknowledge that?" That was the spark. Leaning forward, Shania's tone hardened. "Because I've spent my life being asked about things I'd rather leave behind. I'm not here to be psychoanalyzed. I'm here to celebrate decades of hard work. Why can't that be enough?" The audience applauded, split between respecting her boundaries and sympathizing with Kelly's openness. Kelly, visibly rattled, replied with quiet defensiveness. "I just think people appreciate honesty. That's always been my brand." Now the tension was no longer under the surface. It filled the room. When Kelly shifted to Shania's legacy, hoping to flatter her, the word backfired. Shania bristled. "Legacy? That makes me sound finished, like I'm boxed into history. I'm still creating. I'm still performing. I'm still relevant." Kelly hurried to clarify, but Shania waved it off. "Compliments that sound like eulogies aren't really compliments." The studio grew heavier. Some audience members whispered. Others discreetly raised their phones to capture what was quickly becoming must-see TV. Kelly tried to soften the moment with a light question about Shania's tour, but the country icon had had enough. "No, Kelly, I don't need to sit here and be misrepresented. If this is the direction, I'd rather not continue." The gasp from the audience was instant. Shania pushed back her chair, the thud of her microphone hitting the table echoing across the set. Kelly reached out, but Shania was already on her feet. "I've spent decades earning my place in this industry. I don't need to be cornered into sound bites about pain and legacy," she declared, her voice slicing through the silence. The room erupted in scattered applause, some in solidarity, others in shock. Kelly, her voice low and trembling, tried. "One last time. Shania, I was never trying to patronize you. I admire you. I just wanted an honest conversation." Shania shook her head. "This isn't honest. It's sensationalism." With that, she turned and strode off stage, heels clicking like gunfire. Cameras scrambled to cut to commercial, but not before capturing the striking image of her iconic figure disappearing past the stage lights. Kelly sat frozen, gripping her cards, her forced smile collapsing into visible dismay. Behind the scenes, chaos exploded. Producers pleaded with Shania's team to return, but she refused. "I said what I needed to say. I won't be ambushed," she told them before exiting the building. When the broadcast returned, Kelly forced composure, but the weight of the clash lingered in her eyes. Social media detonated within minutes. Clips of the walk-off spread like wildfire, hashtags trending worldwide. "For Shania vs. Kelly, respect Shania, walk off." Some praised Shania for protecting her boundaries, others accused her of being defensive. Kelly's fans rallied around her for staying calm. The internet split into factions, fueling a cultural debate about how much artists should be expected to share. By morning, headlines screamed, "Shania Twain storms off Kelly Clarkson show," and "Clash shakes daytime TV." Talk shows and podcasts dissected every frame like it was evidence in a trial. 2 days later, Shania posted a statement. "I respect Kelly as an artist and as a host, but I will always protect my boundaries. I don't owe the world my pain. I owe them my music. It went viral, hailed as a declaration of strength. Kelly responded the following day, her voice steady but tinged with emotion. I never intended to disrespect Shania. Vulnerability has always been my path, but that's not everyone's journey. I regret how things unfolded, and I wish her nothing but love. Her sincerity sparked questions. Could reconciliation happen? Celebrities quickly weighed in. Dolly Parton called for peace. Other country stars sided subtly with Shania, while pop artists rallied to Kelly's defense. The feud became not just personal but generational. Privacy versus openness, mystery versus raw honesty. Meanwhile, the ripple effects grew. Kelly's show hit record ratings but drew criticism for sensationalism. Shania's tour ticket sales spiked, fueled by admiration for her stand. What had begun as a clash now looked like mutual publicity, though neither woman had planned it. Kelly addressed it openly on her next episode. I know everyone's been talking about what happened. I love Shania, I respect her, and I hope someday we can laugh about this. The audience applauded, but critics noted she still framed it through her brand of vulnerability, echoing the very friction that caused the rift. Shania's silence in response only deepened the intrigue. Weeks later, memes of the incident dominated TikTok. Dramatic edits of Shania's walk-off set to "Man, I Feel Like a Woman" went viral, while Kelly's stunned reaction became the internet's new favorite GIF. It was comedy for fans, but a headache for producers. Rumors swirled about award shows adjusting seating charts to avoid a repeat explosion. Industry insiders debated what it all meant. Was this simply two strong women clashing, or was it symbolic of a bigger cultural shift in how celebrities present themselves? Offers rolled in for a televised reunion. Kelly's camp seemed open. Shania's camp flatly declined. For now, the silence between them was as loud as the clash itself. What remains undeniable is that Shania's storm-off will be remembered as a defining moment in daytime TV, a collision of boundaries, vulnerability, and authenticity in the spotlight. And whether or not they ever share a stage again, their confrontation has already carved its place in pop culture history.